Brutally honest eats, NASA killed the radio star, and a flight to nowhere on today's episode of 1, 2, 3, Jump! Jump!
Welcome, everybody, to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And I'm Aaron Kraft.
Aaron Kraft in 2021. No, forgetting to unmute himself, which is like the ultimate Zoom fail.
Faux pas.
What was that guy who was doing stuff, abusing his body on that Zoom call?
I know what you're talking about. There is a viral video out there of a man who thought he had turned his Zoom off, and then it looks like he's clicking to another screen, and then you see him getting some lotion and some tissues.
You're talking about Jeffrey Tubin?
Video of it?
No. So, Bob, you're thinking of something real. Ricky, I think you're thinking of a Pornhub commercial.
Commercial? They have commercials?
But there was a commercial?
A fake one?
Yeah, there was like a fake viral video.
It was set up.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like a story on CNN, which I guess is fake news. So
no, what Bob is talking about, I think, is real.
What I'm talking about.
What the fuck what's going on?
I feel like maybe Robert and I are talking about the same thing.
I think so.
You are, but there was another viral video that
but mine is real.
Yes, but Robert's is real.
Okay, so Ricky's is fake, Robert's is real.
They're the same thing.
They're the same thing.
Now, figure that riddle out, listeners.
This statement is false.
And Aaron's is on mute. Right.
What's up, guys?
This is the first time I think Aaron's ever joined us on Zoom where there hasn't been like a digital background on.
Ooh, maybe it is.
Oh, yeah, it could still be a digital background of like some kitchen cabinets.
This is my office. This is my music space.
Whoa!
Listeners, sign up for the Patreon and you can see his fancy office.
Yeah, listeners, he showed us his space.
Do the guitars match the cabinets?
One does.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They look good.
And does one match the wall? And the other matches to be determined.
His pubic hair.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if one of the guitars matches your penis.
A big slab of wood. Yeah.
5-string dick.
No, that's the one that matches the cabinets.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean that dinky blue one down there at the end?
Yeah, the dinky blue one.
It's been a while.
Nobody's plucked that for some time.
It's all out of tune and everything.
This is possibly our best intro.
No.
Well, let's end it right here.
Well, I actually was going to ask if anyone, if you had thought about like using the G string at all.
Nah.
The G string. You know, what really sucks is the G strings always go out of tune. Like you have 6 strings on a guitar and the G string is always out of tune.
And it goes up your butt, so it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's probably why it goes out of tune. Maybe guitarists should stop.
Stop fighting.
All the guitarists in the audience will know what I'm talking about.
Guitars, if you're listening, check out our Patreon.
That flat G string.
Yeah, watch Aaron as he puts a string up his butt.
I can't tell the difference between my OnlyFans page and our Patreon anymore, guys. It's merging.
There is no difference. They both have no subscribers.
We have some. We have a few.
Yeah, we have a couple. That's great. Thank you to those who patronize us.
That's correct. That's correct.
Please patronize us.
Yeah, we love it.
We get off on it.
Well, I was thinking of like somehow transitioning, but fuck it. Should we just get into the first story?
Yeah,
or we could just do this for the rest of the episode.
Very tempting.
All right, round one. Not that good. Montreal restaurant's brutally honest menu pulls in customers. In the cutthroat restaurant industry, most business owners boast that their dishes are the best in town. Feigang Fei, who runs Aunt Dai Chinese restaurant in Montreal, has taken a different approach, with the menu offering bracingly honest descriptions of the dishes on offer. Comparing to our General Tao chicken, this one is not that good, reads the entry for orange beef. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of North American Chinese food, and it's your call, repeats the menu. Another entry warns, don't let the name fool you. This one is not authentic Chinese food.
I own a Chinese food restaurant.
Elsewhere, Bai candidly admits that he's not a huge fan of the restaurant's version of sweet and sour pork strips. The restaurant is now seeing a surge in customers after a tweet about the menu went viral. It's been a very exciting and busy time, Bai said, but I love it. Bai explained that after opening his restaurant 7 years ago, he was disappointed when customers sent food back uneaten. Some customers who hadn't tried certain dishes were surprised by the level of spice or texture, he said. So he said about writing descriptions which were a little more forthright. The intestines are fried. It's kind of too dry. Compared to stir-fried pork intestines, I recommend the former one, reads the entry for dry wok pork intestines.
I like a wet intestine. That's really appetizing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Under mouth-watering chicken, Bai writes, we are not 100% satisfied with the flavor now, and it will get better soon. P.S. I am surprised that some customers still order this plate. We don't have a great item. Something that's complex and shows the genius of the cooking. Our food will always be good, but we are not the best, he said. Well, maybe a little above average.
All right. Who wants to start things off in round one?
I'll start us off.
All right.
The fortune cookies also have devastatingly honest fortunes, like things won't get better anytime soon. Just do the best you can. Lucky numbers are 5, 12. Nah, forget it. Can't help you.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm liking it, but it could be better.
How do you say his name? Feigang Fei? Feigang Fei?
Isn't it like Feigang?
Feigang. Oh, yeah. Feigang Fei?
Feigang Fei or Feigang Fei?
Well, it's the same F-I-E at the beginning of the first
It's
name.
F-E-I-G-A-N-G.
FYI, it's F-E-I. B-I-Y.
All right, I'll just go with whatever. Feigang Fei has started a new job providing descriptions of the animals at the zoo. The tapir is kind of like a taller pig. It's got like an elephant nose, but it's embarrassingly small. Again, it's basically a pig, but people don't eat it, or maybe they do. You just never hear of someone saying, "Let's go down to that Malaysian restaurant. I hear they make a mean tapir."
Tapir? Is that a real animal?
Tapir.
Yeah.
Tapir.
I don't recommend it.
I'm trying to understand what that animal looks like, but you described it really oddly.
It's an odd animal.
Get ready, because that's what it looks like.
I appreciate
look
your
it up.
honesty, though.
Well, how do you spell it?
Tapir.
Yeah.
T-A-P-I-R?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's in the rodent family.
You know what? You described it very well. Now that I'm looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this thing is disgusting.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put that in my description.
Ew, this thing is so yucky. It's like an elephant with a pig body.
Look at the babies.
Okay, I'll type in
Babies
baby
are always
tapir.
cute.
Okay, listeners, so it's going to be about 10 minutes of Carly reacting to pictures of tapirs.
Oh, the babies. They're cute.
They're cute. They look like
And delicious.
Yeah.
Look at this little guy.
I know what it looks like.
Loading. I don't see anything.
yeah.
Oh,
Didn't even work.
You just get a little taste here on this show. We're not going to give you the full thing.
you didn't see that?
It was like up for 1 second. Don't do that anymore.
Moving
don't
on.
do all of the things because it don't always work right.
Well, one of the images on Google search of a baby tapir is just like a tapir / watermelon collage.
Oh yeah, I could see it.
Those go very well together. It's my favorite dish.
Look at this guy.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like we're leaning too much on the Patreon.
Yeah. We are mainly an audio podcast. Oh shit, that's me. I'm sorry. I'm holding shit up. Okay. So this restaurant is in Canada, which explains why most menu items say this dish isn't very good. Sorry.
What can I say about my dearly departed father? He worked hard. He's kind of a dick, but okay most times. Overall, pretty good.
That's the obituary. Like, services will be.
All right.
Whatever.
Feigang Fei started a new job at the Texas Tourism Bureau. I mean, you have an idea of what Texas is, right? It's kind of flat, nothing. Dallas smells weird. That's where JFK was shot. There's also the Alamo. That was in Pee Wee Herman. That was you know, I get the idea that this is kind of a racist place, right? Right? I guess Austin is supposed to be different, but I'm sure I don't like this anymore. No.
You can just end your joke how Jeremy ended his last statement with whatever.
Whatever.
I could have just ended your joke.
Why Texas?
I don't know.
That's where the tapir is from.
That's Arkansas's state motto.
Yeah.
Why Texas? Is my
Jeremy, it's back to you again.
Thank you. Whatever. The food isn't great, but the wait staff goes above and beyond. They'll even leave a 2-star Yelp review for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jeremy not liking what just transpired. It's amazing what low expectations can do. It's why my restaurant, Bob's Terrible Food and Subpar Bar, is crushing right now.
Feigang Fei has started a new job providing descriptions for the visually impaired. There's like text. It's flying in space. It's like tile tilted and squeezing at the top. It's hard to read and describe at the same time. The text is yellow. There's some stuff flying. I don't know. This thing's supposed to be a big deal, but it's really not my thing.
You know what I liked most about Rick's jokes is that he said a different name each time. I thought that was like the highlight.
It's intentional.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm complimenting you.
Well, I feel like a lot of people just think I'm dumb when I'm just pretending.
Hey, we can't help that. That'll do it for the jokes in round one.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Episode title.
In Ricky's version, he's really dumb, but in Bob's version, he's pretending to be dumb.
Aaron Kraft, resident judge. How did the points shake out in round one?
Well, yeah, I thought the funniest bit from Rick was just saying the name differently each time. But I didn't realize he was doing that on purpose. I thought he honestly just didn't know.
Well, he is dumb. I mean, we can't discount that. He is dumb.
I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to go to dumb, but so. And then Jeremy, you tried, man. You tried.
My delivery's all off today.
I like the fortunes one at the beginning, and then the 2-star Yelp review at the end. I thought was pretty good. But
that was not good.
You didn't like that?
No
They'll
way.
leave you a 2-star Yelp review. Like that's how.
I like service.
I liked the fortune cookie one without the lucky numbers part.
Exactly. No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So Jeremy, do that without the lucky numbers.
Okay,
I
we'll
like
edit
the
it out
lucky
in
numbers.
post.
Aaron.
Bob was ripping off of the McDonald's theme, so leaning on the people who are successful and popular to make his joke funny.
As he always does.
Stop trying to be cool, Robert.
I do notice that Robert leans on me a lot for his jokes.
Yeah. He needs to. And then the dearly departed father was funny, and subpar bar was kind of a fun. What would you call it? Like play on words.
Turn a phrase.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this round to Bob.
Hey.
Congratulations, Bob.
I always get the feeling that Aaron reluctantly compliments me. He never quite wants to.
Your instincts are accurate.
Yeah.
It is funny, I think, how like this guy gets more business by being more honest. Because even as I'm reading his things, I'm like, I want to go there and try it and see if it's really average, or if I'm like, oh, this is really good. Why does he speak so little of it?
And it makes you want to try the bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's interesting? There is a restaurant in Arizona. I think it's a chain called Humble Pie. And you would think they would also like describe their pizzas as being
because they're humble.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it.
But they don't. I think they advertise like we're the best pizza in town, which seems ironic.
Not very humble.
All right. Are you guys ready for a slice of humble pie in round number 2?
I feel like Robert's been waiting to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robert.
It doesn't matter.
Robert, say something.
Everybody shut up because we're going to round 2.
FM radio signals from Jupiter's moon sparks alien life theory. NASA says this. In the first, NASA has detected FM radio signals from Jupiter's moon, Ganymede. Am I pronouncing that right?
Ganymede.
Feigang Fei.
Ganymede. That's it? Ganymede?
Yep.
Ganymede spoken.
Jesus. You finally got your groove back, Jeremy.
Whatever. As no activity or signal had ever been detected from this particular moon before, this discovery sent the astronomy world into a tizzy, bringing up questions about the signs of extraterrestrial life. The FM radio signals were picked up by a spacecraft called Juno, which was orbiting Ganymede when it detected the waves. NASA promptly came up with a likely explanation for what? Why did I say V? It's FM. That's crazy. NASA promptly.
What?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I have.
That's fucking nuts.
Knocking butts. NASA promptly came up with a likely explanation for the FM waves.
Oh my God.
Harley.
I don't know why I'm laughing. Which
Harley is always so high when she does this.
I don't know why
always tickled with herself. Are you tickling yourself?
Woo! Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this very unfunny sentence.
Please do.
NASA. Oh God, I'm sorry.
This very unfunny sentence.
Okay. NASA promptly fuck.
Yeah. They're getting down to it quick. Real prompt.
NASA promptly came up with a likely explanation for the FM waves.
Oh, jeez.
Which they explained to be electrons spiraling into Jupiter's magnetic field. NASA explained that the process is the same in which auroras are created by ultraviolet spectrum. Ganymede is one of Jupiter's 79 moons, and it boasts a lot of water. Its oceans are estimated to be about 500 miles deep, and that's 800 kilometers for our listeners overseas, roughly 25 times the volume of Earth's oceans.
Very educational.
For 25 VMs, if you speak my language.
Which nobody does.
All right. I'm going first in this round.
Yeah.
I have a recording here of the FM radio signals that they picked up. Let me just hit play. You're listening to Gas Bag in the Morning here on Jupiter Radio FM. We got round trip tickets to the Great Red Spot for the lucky life form that makes first contact. So don't be shy. Those lines are open, folks. In the meantime, here's Ariana Grande with that song about 69ing.
They got all the
Robert's
latest
most
hits.
performative joke ever.
No, it's close though.
Like, I'm going to guess that Jeremy's still remembering the time I did accents.
All the accents. You did like 4 accents in one joke.
And they were really good.
And that was far from the best joke I've done, but because I did accents, it was the greatest thing they've ever heard from me.
It was my dream come true.
All right,
we should have ended the show that day.
So all my jokes are kind of the same as Robert's. So I gotta get in the costume first. All right.
Costume.
You're a costume.
Hey, it's 99.8.12,000 on the galactic clock, and you're listening to Jupiter FM. Traffic near Uranus is at a standstill, so sit back and relax and push on through. Got me a job in the city.
You're listening to Grandma Radio.
Yeah, I just thought of traffic in Uranus is all backed up. Sorry.
All right, Jeremy.
That wasn't what I thought of when I first wrote it, and then I ended up writing this at a standstill.
All right, I'll do mine that's the most similar to your guys's. It's time for the daily space trip giveaway. Just be caller number 1 and say the key phrase orbit. Again, just need 1 caller. If anybody can hear this, please call.
Don't be embarrassed, Ganymede. You heard what those scientists said. It's a totally natural function. I'm sure you've noticed some changes in your celestial body, strange emissions, an abundance of internal water, hair on your balls. You're 4.5 billion years old. It's bound to happen.
Got my fingers stuck in the headphones.
I thought you were a pro.
You're listening to Jupiter FM's Morning Zoo Crew. We're taking calls this hour to find out if Venusians are as easy as they say. Caller?
Baba Booey, Lord Thordex's 7-headed penis.
All right, let's get it out of the way. WJUP playing all the golden oldies from 3 billion light years ago.
Why do you look disappointed? That was funny.
No, he was playing the character of the radio DJ.
I hate my life.
My life. What has this become?
Oh, are these light years or
Light years.
Earth years?
Light years.
Okay.
Light
I feel like
years.
there's a joke in there somewhere.
Definitely not what I said.
They also detected some AM radio signals, but it was just so fucking boring.
Dang, that's close to my joke.
This is Jupiter FM, where we still recognize Pluto as a planet and regard intelligent life on Earth as fake news.
I like that one.
That's cute.
So does this prove life on the moon of Jupiter? Yes. Does it prove intelligent life? No, because the radio just plays Smash Mouth's All-Star on a continuous loop.
I like that song.
You think they would play Walking on the Sun? It seems like a more appropriate. Okay, so Aaron Kraft, round 2. How did it please you?
I'm surprised no one went with like a Europa joke. You know, the other moon of Jupiter.
Yeah, but surprised.
Well, like, okay, what did you guys say? Like, at the end of your DJ bits, you would say, "And now playing," and then some song would come on. Well, Santana's got a song called Europa that was really popular. He could have somehow merged
Everybody loves that track.
They do. That's true. That was fun. I really like listening to everybody's DJ voices. Is this something you would actually do? Like, would that be the actual voice y'all would use if you were on the radio?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're legally required to do that. So.
Yeah, if you guys did any kind of
Go ahead, Carly. Go ahead, Carly.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if you guys did any kind of thing where people just like listen to your voice, like a regular thing where you were just recording your voice over and over again and people listen to it.
But that's podcast. This is radio. I'd be like, you're listening to NPR.
Yeah, that's true. You guys are doing more like shock jock voices. Radio shock jock.
Actually, that would be a fun, like, maybe bonus episode, like we did a morning radio thing.
With like drops and everything.
Yeah.
Drops of Jupiter in your head.
Oh, that kind of drop.
I did consider that for one of my jokes, but I felt by the wayside.
Why not like an NPR, like go the other way? Like this is
We can go both ways.
Yeah.
Like the Sweaty Balls sketch on SNL with This flight.
That's what we should have done.
Should have
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah, lights
Aaron-
and voices.
Aaron, are you thinking of doing like a morning zoo with like very calm, docile tones?
I would like to. I don't think I have the charm to be a radio DJ.
Well, you have to look for it.
Exactly.
Today, this morning we are discussing Jennifer Lawrence. Is she an 8 or a 10? Callers, please call in.
See, now after that burn, that was a perfect time for a drop. After Carly burned Aaron so bad.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
I got a face for radio and a voice for text.
That's why you're perfect for this podcast.
I enjoyed all of these jokes, mostly because ever since I was in my teens, a teenager, I wanted to be a radio DJ, but I never had the charisma, charm, or confidence to actually do it.
Talk about humble pie over here. My God.
I did have a chance to DJ at my university's, local radio, but I chickened out at the last second.
I thought you did.
No, I never did. That was over 20 years ago.
I think that's Stefan Satani. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. And him and I are so close, and the way we look and sound. It's easy to mix us up.
We did have a guest on the show recently, Jamie and Andy Messiker, who were radio DJs for a very long time.
This is probably the hardest episode to listen to that we've ever made.
Nah, it's fine.
It's up there.
Is it?
What are you talking about?
Just get to the judgment. That's what I'm saying. This is hard to listen to because it's just like so stretched out.
Kind of like these hairy nuts.
That's what we were waiting for.
That's Aaron's shock jock audition. Just
like these nuts,
like these hairy nuts.
Well, okay. I really liked Bob's gas bag reference in his first joke, so I'm gonna give it to Bob again. I think he had the most solid 3 jokes here, but everybody did really well. It was funny all the way around.
All right. So is that 2 points for me then?
That is
2 points for you. Maybe I'll award somebody 2 or 3 points next round.
Sounds like you're itching to give somebody more points than me. So
I gotta say also, it's been a while since we've had a straight sweep on this show. I don't know when the last time someone actually sweeped an episode. It's been a while.
That's true.
This show is dirty. We need some sweeps. Let's see if it can happen in round 3.
Round 2.
Hosts Flight to Nowhere for children interested in flying. A special flight for school children chartered by Kansai? Aaron?
Ask Aaron.
Kansai.
Oh yeah, that's where I used to live, Kansai.
Kansai Aviation Boy Scouts were treated to a special 2-hour flight to nowhere, in which they got to learn all the secrets of the trade while in the skies. Japanese airline.
How do you say that, Aaron? Japanese?
Those fucking Japanese.
Japanine.
The Japanese airline called Peach. It's called Peach. A subsidiary of Nippon Airways held an aviation class in the sky where kids were joined by pilots, cabin crew, and aircraft dispatchers. Hey, aircraft dispatchers to learn just what it takes to operate a flight. Over 120 people were on board the flight, which flew on a round trip from Kansai Airport. As part of the program, children were shown how to prepare a flight plan as well as learning about the various different roles on the plane. The airline says that COVID-19 health and safety measures were in place for the flight. Flights to nowhere have emerged as a trend during this pandemic as airlines look to create fun experiences for passengers amidst ongoing travel restrictions and are proving quite popular. For example, Eva? I can't pronounce anything today. One airline held a 3-hour Hello Kitty themed flight, while another Australian airline announced a flight to nowhere over Australian landscapes, which sold out in about 10 minutes. leading it to subsequently launch a flight to somewhere. What?
AKA a flight.
So stupid. Singapore Airlines transformed one of its A380 aircrafts into a pop-up restaurant, complete with its in-flight menu, while Thai Airways opted for a similar concept when it opened an aircraft-themed restaurant in its Bangkok headquarters. The airline transformed its canteen and kitted it out to look like the inside of one of its cabins. Diners sat in aircraft seats and tucked into dishes from the in-flight menus on furniture that was made from old aircraft parts.
Wow. Rick, you are cleared for takeoff.
All right. Hello. Hi. Wait, what are people from the South? How do they say hi? Hi. Hello. Hello.
Howdy.
Hello. I am Nancy. I am a flight attendant, and I am your instructor for crop dusting 101.
All right.
The stewardess always fart down the aisles.
Always.
All of them. Look it up.
Where else are they supposed to fart?
And they're Southern.
And they're all from the South.
All right, Jeremy, you're up.
According to the black box data, the kids had a great time until the last few minutes.
Aww. Sad.
Wow.
Jeremy makes flying fun.
Following up a fart joke with just before the Flight to Nowhere children's program began, Peach Airlines unveiled the newest jet in their fleet, a plain white 747 with no windows.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
The Predators is a white van, no windows, inviting kids.
Oh.
Theme.
Flight to Nowhere. All right, Rick, go ahead.
Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. I hope you're all enjoying your flight to nowhere. I want to let you know that if you look to the right of the plane, you will see nothing.
How come he wasn't Southern?
He was a little bit.
You sounded a little Southern, yeah.
He was like born in the South, but then he moved to like the West Coast.
I thought it was going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, got a new job. Now I'm a pilot.
No, he had a pilot accent from being born in the skies.
That's it. That's one of the prequels to being a pilot.
You got to be born in the air.
That's the lithosphere accent.
I was conceived through a Mile High connection.
That's why when I have my baby, I'm just going to stand really high up and the baby will drop down to the floor. So there will be airborne.
Thank you by demonstrating by being half off screen.
Oh, I can show you even better.
That baby will fall right into the airplane toilet.
It'll go like down there.
Carly,
Carly got really short shorts on.
I know.
And a sweatshirt.
Join our Patreon.
Yeah, listeners, if you want to see Carly's camel toe, just come down to our Patreon.
That's not a camel toe. That's
more like
I'm exaggerating.
That was
It's
more
too
like
big for a camel toe.
Yeah, it was more like a tapir toe.
You should taper it down.
Carly has to tape down her vagina when she wears short shorts.
Yeah, a lot of women with big boobs tape their, boobs in so that they don't like jiggle and, be obtrusive. But I have to tape up my vagina.
Yeah.
Tape it up.
Intrusive.
Yeah, you just tape it
down.
back up into yourself. Some people call it a penis, and I call it a taped up vagina. What if I did just stand on my chair and there was just like a little bit of penis hanging out of my shorts?
That would have been really funny.
This is just the prank I've been playing on you guys for years.
That's a hell of a prank. Where are we at?
I don't know. Oh, I think it's me, right?
Yeah, it's Jeremy's turn.
Okay. What a great way to teach aspirational kids a realistic life lesson. Dream big and fly to nowhere.
Here at Peach Airlines, we want to show kids the wonders of air travel with special non-destination flights. Also, fuck the environment.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Timmy, do you have enough gum to make your ears pop for the entire class?
Unfortunately, the pirate was driven mad after being asked for the 1,000th time, "Are we nowhere yet?"
That's so good.
Peach has emerged as the go-to airline for kid-friendly flights to nowhere, while Eggplant Air remains the top airline for adults looking for snakes on a plane. All right,
That's it.
Aaron Kraft, that'll do it for the jokes. Do we have a winner of this episode?
Yeah. I liked Bob's eggplant air snakes on a plane. That's probably the funniest overall. Right?
But,
Son of a bitch.
But I thought the first two were kind of, I don't know, just mediocre at best. So it wasn't a clean sweep, guys.
Oh,
One? Oh, you're saying Robert's were mediocre.
Yeah, like the plain white 747, yada, 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 with no windows.
there was only one word in between those things, but you said yada, yada, yada.
So, I know. My
Whatever,
notes are
whatever.
messy.
The plain white 747, yada, 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 no windows. You could have said with.
Nobody laughed at the joke because we didn't get it.
I laughed when Aaron added the yada yada, so maybe you just didn't deliver it right, Bob.
You
have to
really
leave
punched
something.
up that joke.
You have to leave something to the imagination, Bob.
All right, here's my joke. Eh?
Not like Carly. We don't have to imagine anymore.
And then crop dusting 101, that was funny from Rick. I did like that one. Rick, I did not understand your last joke whatsoever.
You know how the one that when a kid has gum, the teacher says, "Do you have enough gum to share with the classroom?"
Yeah.
So this is the kid. He has the gum to pop his ears. So they say, "Do you have enough gum to pop your ears for the entire class?"
Because when you're flying, pressure.
I get it.
Pretty good
Yada,
joke.
yada.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
No, it's okay. But it was Jeremy with this clean sweep. All three jokes were fucking hilarious. Black Box, Dream Big, Fly to Nowhere, and Are We Nowhere Yet? Everybody laughed heartily at all three of
Yeah,
those.
that was a good one.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Man,
I
is
did
fly.
Hardly.
I thought he did fine.
And so I'm going to give Jeremy a point for this last round. However, Bob wins it with 2 points.
Now, would have helped my jokes if I had ended them with, "This joke's not that funny. Bob's are better."
Nope.
Like the
Obviously not.
restaurant, like the restaurant does.
That would have helped Bob. I'm
Y'all not following me on that?
You should explain more. Yeah.
It feels like 12
That-
hours ago.
That riff wasn't very good. Let's just end the episode.
You know, like before when we were talking about the first story with the restaurant.
That's a good riff. Yeah, like 10 minutes ago, guys.
Congratulations to me, Bob Timmons. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right. Exciting stuff. We're going to go to Carly Kastner now, see if she has any burning questions.
Ooh, I do, and this one's extra spicy. So, in reference,
I'm sorry, Carly Kastner's spicy questions.
Okay, in the first story, we talked about a man who had a brutally honest menu. And he was pretty humble about his menu, although we haven't tasted the food, so maybe he was still being dishonest. But my question to you guys is, if you were being brutally honest about your jokes today, we know we got Aaron's judgment. What would you say about your own jokes? And Aaron, you can answer if you had to be brutally honest about your judging.
Because I'd say Aaron was brutally honest about our jokes.
I'll be brutally honest about my jokes in that round. The guy who's being brutally honest. So I wrote really, really long things that you guys heard like about half of what I wrote.
Oh, God.
I cut them off early because
Thank you.
And it's like not the first one. The tapier one is exactly what it was, and it was the
Okay.
best one. Also because I hadn't like worn out the bit.
In the first go around.
Yeah. No, it was the best one, and I should have done other jokes for the rest of them.
I wonder if those would have been progressively funnier if they had gotten longer versus them starting long
Sometimes,
and then ending long,
yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
To
the
me,
other ones were long
differently.
too. I mean, they're so long.
I felt like the first round was strongest, and then it steadily got worse. Because honestly, this go around, I could not think of a goddamn thing for anything.
Nah.
I was struggling so much. I'm gonna blame it on being tired, but fuck, I couldn't come up with shit.
I would say most of the jokes are underdone and need a little more time in the oven. And but if you can get through your first two courses, the dessert is pretty good.
Jeremy's trying that thing where it's like, if he just keeps going, maybe it'll get funny again. Like, it's just not working until finally we're like, I can't believe he's still doing this bit.
And then eventually I'll go, whatever.
I'll be brutally honest about my reading today. I was great. And honestly, I made a couple of mistakes, but I'm a human being, and that's
mostly
being honest
mistakes.
about that.
Terrible.
You know, I mean, like 90% of the reading was the actual words.
Carly, you messed up the words. You laughed at yourself for about 5 minutes straight, and then you showed your privates. So if you call that a success.
But if I'm being brutally honest, that's like basically as good as I can do.
Nudity is kind of the most honest you can be. Aaron, how did you suck today?
I feel like our podcast maybe has some MSG in it because like you fill up on one episode, but then you want to listen to more episodes afterwards, right, listeners?
Yeah, after about an hour, you just want some more.
Yeah.
What Ricky is saying is that our podcast tastes better than it actually is.
I was pretty tasteless myself.
Zing! Where's the morning radio drops?
All right. That'll do it.
We don't know how to follow drops.
That'll do it for this episode, and we very much appreciate you listening and watching. And if you like what you heard and you want to support this show, you can do that by going to our Patreon and signing up. That is a direct way to support us and what we're doing in future projects, etc. Just $3 a month. You get full video episodes, bonus content, access to we'll call them classic episodes. And yeah, much more to come. So if you want to support us, that is a good way to do it. But we appreciate you. What's that, Jeremy?
If I could jump in, just to let you fans know, we are working on a live, not live, but a studio recording space where we can all gather together now that COVID is kind of waning a little bit, I guess. I don't know. That's probably
now that we're in the clear.
We're in the clear.
Now that Arizona,
we're really annoyed with it and bored.
Now that Arizona has the most COVID cases in the entire world, we thought we'd start being back together in person.
I'm sorry, our interest in safety is waning. So that's something we're working on. But if we can get your guys' help by joining on Patreon, that would be a huge help so we can get some equipment and some
help us find a cure
for Zoom recordings. Yeah. Anyways, Bob, as you were.
As you were.
But yes, you can support us by being a patron, but you can also support us just by listening anywhere that you find podcasts. And we'd appreciate that wherever you listen, you give us some feedback, ratings, reviews, some suggestions for stories, things like that. Share, subscribe, all that stuff really helps us out. And we'd very much appreciate that. And Aaron Kraft, he is our resident judge, but he's also our producer and our house band. He provides some music.
A good friend.
He's also got music for you to listen to over on SoundCloud.
Yeah, check out my SoundCloud page, Captain Lovecraft, CAPT_LOVEKRAFT. Check it out.
And I think that should just about do it for this show.
That just about does it for this show. I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And I am the unmuted Aaron.
Yada, yada, yada. This has been another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes.
Whatever.